Welcome back. Now, the National Youth Day is celebrated on the 27th of April each year. However, this year's celebration will be in August 2025. The celebration will take place under the theme Local Youth Actions for SDGs and Beyond. To tell us more, I'm now joined by Calista Schwartz-Gowases, who is the Director of the National Youth Council of Namibia, and also Lane Robinson, who is the Head of Social Policy Development, Commonwealth Secretariat, this morning to engage us. Good morning to the both of you, and thank you so much for making time to speak to us.
Good morning. Thank you. Good morning.
Okay. Let's talk about this National Youth Week. I know, Madam Calista, normally we're supposed to celebrate it in the 27th of April each and every year, and this year's celebration is now being shifted, that is to August 2025. And what led to the date change?
As rightfully stated, the day is normally celebrated on the 27th of April. However, beyond factors that is beyond our control, it will be celebrated today. What is important is that the day is actually being celebrated and not in fact the date, but it's an annual event that is taking place every year. For this year, it will be like a build-up towards the International Youth Day, because the International Youth Day will be celebrated on the 12th of August, which is tomorrow. So basically what we stated is that for cost-cutting purposes, it will be advisable to have these days celebrated at least at the same time, because we have young people that is joining us from all the constituencies of Namibia. And so perhaps what is important is that, in fact, the National Youth Day, earmarked for the Namibian youth, is celebrated, and it will be celebrated today.
Indeed, makes sense now. The fact that the Commonwealth meeting that took place recently. Let's talk, Mr. Robinson, on the recently ended Commonwealth Youth Dialogue. I mean, how was your stay in Namibia? We understand that there's a Windhoek Declaration. I mean, how would you describe this whole Commonwealth meeting that took place over the last 5 days here in Namibia?
No, thank you so much. It has been extremely a warm reception here in Namibia. We are so grateful as a Commonwealth to the Namibian government and the National Youth Council for hosting us here over the last week. It has been fantastic. The arrangements have surpassed our expectation in every expectation. The logistics, the arrangement, the interest of the country has been outstanding. And we've seen it from the Prime Minister, the Minister of Education. They have all put in place the kind of structures we expected to see here in Namibia. And I think many Commonwealth countries have learned a lot from just being here. And so it has been a very successful outing so far. We had over 30 Commonwealth countries visiting here with their young people from the Caribbean, the Pacific, ministers of government from Fiji, senators of government from the Caribbean were here. And we learned so much from Namibia, what you're trying to do. And they've had discussions among themselves about how they as young people can make a difference in the world with their youth councils.
With the youth councils. Madam Calista, this year's celebration, we understand, is taking place another theme, that is Local Youth Actions for SDGs and Beyond. This theme, why specifically this theme, and why is it important?
We do not want to have a different theme rather than the one for the International Youth Day, because the International Youth Day theme is the same. And as you are aware, it's young people are actually reminded that they should take meaningful, actions within their communities, because sustainable development goals are goals that has been adopted by all United Nations member states, which is also including Namibia. So it's just a reminder that there is a commitment for the young people to ensure that the SDGs are implemented within their communities. So perhaps it's just like a reminder, and all we say is that the International Youth Day that will be celebrated will not only be a day for fun, but it will have a meaningful, impactful gathering where we will have capacity building trainings provided by Commonwealth Secretariat and the Commonwealth Youth Council. And that is one of the things that we are grateful that we have partnering, especially with the Commonwealth Secretariat.
Now, Ms. Robinson, we saw that This year we had the Commonwealth Business Summit in Namibia taking place for the first time on the African continent, and specifically outside London here in Namibia. Now we have the Commonwealth Youth Dialogue of young people. Why is the Commonwealth perhaps interested in Namibia?
Well, that's an interesting question. I think Namibia has so many wonderful examples here. You can't believe how amazed we were to find so much good practice here. What you're doing here as a country is fantastic. I'll just give a few examples. In terms of youth development, you have one of the best national youth councils in the Commonwealth. Many countries don't have the structures that you have from national into regional that you have. Namibia has also a fantastic cadre of youth officers who are trained by NAMCOL. Most countries, again, don't have officers who actually go through training before they work with the youth. And I can say, because I'm working with them, Namibia is the only country in the world that is now developing a sports development index. We are supporting them to do this, which is a fantastic resource. So Namibia has been investing in youth, in sport, in business, in a fantastic way. And I think the Commonwealth has a lot to learn about what you're doing here, which is why the Commonwealth keeps coming and will keep coming back because we're so much experience here. The history of your work in the Commonwealth has been fantastic as well. So with so much to gain from Namibia, the Commonwealth will keep coming, and Namibia has a lot to do in showcasing what you have here on the Commonwealth stage, and we want to highlight many of those examples.
Indeed, we do agree. We hope that you do come back. I know the business opportunities for Namibians will also be good. Moving on to the National Youth Week, does this reflect the real challenges and aspirations of the Namibian youth, perhaps from the observation that you made that you have been here for some time?
Yeah, so the International Youth Week is going in the right direction. I mean, no country in the world is perfect, and what we are trying to do is to keep building the capacity of our youth leaders at all the levels. We had the conversation with our national youth leaders from across the Commonwealth and Africa last week, and now we're doing almost the same thing, but subnationally in the regions with young people in their communities in the grassroots. That is what localizing SDGs is all about, is taking these big declarations and actually helping people everywhere to understand what it means. So in the training that we will have today with the National Youth Council and the Commonwealth Youth Council, we're talking about youth mainstreaming. How to see youth in business, youth in trade, youth in health, youth in governance at all levels. We want youth not to be only seated at the table, but to be a part of the design, the implementation, and the decision making. So we'll be talking a little bit about that today. How can our young people take a more active role in building Namibia for the future?
Indeed, as a matter of fact, this year we saw that 3 young people that were basically coming from the structures of the National Youth Council in the past are serving now as governors. We have governor of Umsati region, for instance. We have the governor of Oshkoto region. We also have the governor of the Angona region. These are all product of the National Youth Council. Now, Madam Calista, let's talk about some of the activities that are lined up for the day. What are some of these activities? Who's attending? What can we anticipate? And when exactly is this day in August?
Okay, the event will take place today and will start at 8 o'clock at Gateway Center. In terms of participation, for this year, we have a representative from all 121 constituencies. We have 14 regional youth forum chairpersons that are also participating. And we have the affiliate youth organizations that are affiliated to National Youth Council. So far, we have 53 youth organizations that has been affiliated with National Youth Council. But it's not only limited to our structures. We have also invited the general young people. And then Commerce, because of hosting the event in Commerce, the most of the young people, or more of the young people, will be from Commerce region. And also the good thing is that today's Youth Day ambassador is our own Miss Namibia. Miss Joanna Swartwe is the ambassador of the Youth Day. And she will also be speaking and giving a motivational, speech, or either encouraging the young people. And we will not have much speeches. Our day will be dedicated more on capacity building. And then it will be run, or either is managed by the young people themselves. So when you look at the program, or every speaker on the program is young people, because they need to celebrate and encourage their own peers. And then the other the other activity is the presentation on the NTP6, because young people coming from the constituencies are expected to implement activities within their respective constituencies. However, they need to be made aware about what are the national priorities, because it's from there that they have to develop their activities. So that's one of the activities that will also take place. So basically, like we said, Commonwealth Secretariat and the Commonwealth Youth Council will provide trainings, and then that presentation on the on NTP6 is one of the key highlights for the day.
Okay. I'm glad that, Calista, you mentioned that, and I want to ask Mr. Robinson now the role that the Commonwealth will play during the celebration of this day today.
Oh yeah, it's going to be very exciting. I may say that for young persons, for young leaders in the country, working with the National Youth Council and the government, it will be an exciting opportunity. We'll be working through a set of actions, tangible things that young people can do and lead in Namibia. So we'll be going through sessions. I mentioned leadership. You know, leadership is one of the most important things in the world today. With the right leader, with the right values, with the right skills, you know, changes can happen, meaningful change can happen. So we'll be going through a program of mainstreaming, looking at policies, looking at leadership. And interestingly, we'll be asking young people to come up with an action plan. 1, 2, or 3 things that they can do immediately after leaving the training that they will be able to implement. So the people of Namibia will be able to see right away the impact of this National Youth Day training in the regions where they live. They'll be able to see young people taking, I hope, greater responsibility for the future that they are leading. And in the Commonwealth, we will be also launching the Youth Awards. So the Youth Awards is the opportunity for any young person, including here in Namibia, to say, I want to showcase to the world what I'm doing that is great. So we'll be launching that here in Namibia as well, so that any young person can get the resources they need, that award, to implement their SDG in their region or in their community where they come from. We'll be launching that tomorrow on International Youth Day. The Secretary General of the Commonwealth will make that message clear to everyone. And so we hope many young Namibians will take the opportunity to get nominated for this award and showcase what Namibian young people are already doing, not just in Namibia, but on the global stage as well. On the
global stage. Now, as we conclude, is there anything that you want to share, Madam Calista? We talked about today that it's starting at 8 o'clock today, the National Youth Day at the Gateway Center, which is being the 11th of August 2025. Anything else worth sharing before we let you go?
Yeah, so besides celebrating the National Youth Day, in fact, it's a late celebration of the National Youth Day. Tomorrow we'll equally celebrate the International Youth Day. And any young person is invited to participate at these 2 precious events, because it's showcasing their ideas, networking. You know, you will have different young people, and it's the first time that we have now young people coming together, particularly, not first time, but in a while, especially from the constituencies where we have, because previously we would give funding for this event to be celebrated in all the constituencies or either in the regions. But this year we have decided to bring them together. So it will be a platform that we can network, you know, and discuss and come up with solutions, you know, that can change their lives. Absolutely. So I will just lastly say, invite young people to make their way to Gateway Center and be part particularly of the trainings that will be provided by Commonwealth Secretariat in the National, in the Commonwealth Youth Council. Yeah.
So yeah,
for me, it's just to say to every young person in Namibia and the stakeholders and the government, happy International Youth Day when it comes tomorrow. It's fantastic to be here. We want to thank the government of Namibia, the National Youth Council, and the Minister of Education, Youth, Sports and Culture for hosting us so well here in the Commonwealth. Not once, you already hosted us for the Trade Ministers meeting and the Business Summit, but thank you for the hospitality, the warm reception, and the support for the Commonwealth agenda and the Commonwealth values. It says a lot about Namibia's leadership in the world, and we wholeheartedly thank the government and all of you, including the media, for showcasing the benefits of being in the Commonwealth, what it means for the citizens of this great country.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. We wish you all the best with regards to that is a National Youth Day that is taking place today. It's from 8 o'clock at the Gateway Center. Wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, that was Lane Robinson, who's the head of social policy development at the Commonwealth Secretariat. as well as Calista Schwartz, who is the director of the National Youth Council, talking to us about the National Youth Day, which will be commemorated today. That is the 11th of August 2025, starting at 8 o'clock at the Gateway Center. Equally tomorrow, it's the Day of the International Youth that will also be commemorated, calling on all young people to seize this opportunity to receive training, collaborate and engage other young people and see what they can be able to learn, and also align their development priorities to the National Development Plan, NDP 6, which is the last stretch towards Vision 2030. Stay tuned. When we get to return, we get to continue with more conversations right here on Good Morning Namibia.